thanks for watching BSGcast. I'm Nat, he's Matt, and let's get started.
For our final BSGcast, we'd like to give a shout out to one of our regular viewers, Michael Nankin. If you know who he is, good on you for reading credits. Michael, your email made our day when we got it this afternoon.
Definitely. So thank you. We'd also like to thank all of you for making the show such a special experience for us.
The number of comments we read on the Daybreak episodes that were heartfelt messages of appreciation for BSGcast.com, it just made us proud of what all of us have been able to build together here.
Yeah, definitely. It's been more than a forum for discussion. BSGcast.com has been like a clubhouse for us to hang out with our friends and talk geek all week long, and we're actually just so grateful to you for being a part of it with us.
And a quick look down these 700 comments we have for Daybreak, it's pretty safe to say that the general thought is that this was a very good finale.
But not a great finale.
Ouch.
We'll get right into what that means, but first, we've got an insanely awesome prize to give to one of the fans of the week from Season 4, thanks to Alienware.
If you're watching this anywhere but BSGcast.com, be warned that this is a long episode, and we will have to cut it down to 10 minutes for places like YouTube.
So if you really want to get the most out of this review, come visit us at BSGcast.com to see the whole thing and leave us a comment.
Alright, first up, let's talk Daybreak Part 1, which brought us the first real live commenting we've seen on BSGcast.com.
Yeah, it was fun to read the evolution of the comments as the episode went on, like SG15Z questioning the absurdity of Rosalind walking into the fountain.
Now we've got to give props to Centurion 005 for picking out Anders saying, "slipped the surly bonds of Earth." That's taken from Reagan's speech after the Challenger disaster.
And then John Q. Frack, who mentioned that even further back, Reagan actually based that speech on a poem by John McGee, a fighter pilot during World War II.
Now, there were also a lot of references to the pigeon. Some saw it as a Christian symbol, and some, like Cabrid, were reminded of the old saying, "a bird in the house means a death in the house."
But all in all, the coolest comment is definitely Centurion 005 for picking up on the Reagan quote, because that, my friend, was obscure.
Now, for Daybreak Part 2, the comments got understandably more in-depth, but there were some highlights.
Mr. Nice Gaius gave us the challenge to think beyond sci-fi and see Ron's ending as something less spoon-fed.
Now, Blue was kind enough to lay out the meaning of mitochondrial Eve for anyone who missed the National Geographic issue a while back.
Amanda called bullshit on Tyrrell's insane Tory-choking rampage, which I absolutely agree with, saying that after all of Chief's cabbage ranting and Nikki not being a son, and his reconnection with Boomer, that just didn't seem likely.
Now, Mupplecuffle managed to find meaning in Galen deciding to settle in an area that sounded an awful lot like the geographic area that the Gaelic culture would later evolve.
Right, the Highlands. Ultimately, our favorite comment was from Sam Wagner for capturing the general sentiment that the disappointing part of the final 10 episodes isn't how it ended, but the ads we've been seeing for months telling us we will know the truth, when really we still don't.
So, both of you have won a snazzy Alienware t-shirt like this one right here, and your names are now in the hat to win the Alienware Gaming Machine, which we'll be giving away
right now.
We literally put all 18 of your names in a hat. It's a brown fedora from my Indiana Jones costume from high school, and the lucky name that came out of the hat was...
drum roll! JJ from Texas!
Congratulations, JJ. You're one of the fans we've actually had the pleasure to meet in person at our BSGcast events, so we were both super excited that we were able to put a face to the name the moment we pulled it out of the fedora.
We've got to thank Alienware for all those awesome t-shirts we've been able to give out, for the killer set of headphones we gave to Adala last year, and now for the kick-ass gaming computer that JJ will be commenting on BSGcast.com with.
And with no further ado, let's review the end of Battlestar Galactica. Head creatures can officially be renamed in fan circles to angels.
Angel 6 and Angel Baltar,
who work for God, but it doesn't like to be called that.
And angels can choose who can and can't see them at any given time.
The Opera House vision was a preparatory allegory for a critical moment in the CIC.
Despite the sleight of hand of whether it was Caprica 6 or Angel 6 that shared Baltar's visions in past episodes.
True. Now, we also got some more definitive meaning for All Along the Watchtower, when those notes got us to Earth.
And both of our dying leaders, Rosalind and Galactica herself, met their ends when their journeys did.
Tori finally got her ass handed to her by Tyrell. Now, whether or not that seemed to make sense, I guess it's comeuppance either way.
I suppose, and most importantly, we finally got to find out when BSG happens in relation to us.
Although, I'm curious as to whether those humanoids on Earth were Neanderthals or Homo sapiens.
Which brings us to the most important and hotly debated parts of the finale.
This is where we get into theorizing and getting a little frustrated that certain threads were left hanging in the tapestry of BSG and maybe trying to tie some of them up for ourselves just to help us sleep at night.
First off, the Temple of Athena. Those constellations were a visible match for the Cylon Earth, yet they are constellations as seen from our Earth? What the frack, Ron?
Okay, was that just bad planning, or was First Earth supposed to be that close to our Earth?
Next up, even if racetracks and nukes destroyed the colony, aren't there still millions of Cylons on base ships roaming the universe?
Now, some comments on BSGcast.com pointed out that there's a danger of a repeat of the New Caprica occupation on New Earth. But in that case, Gina's nuclear blast gave the position to the Cylons, and the 2 battle stars in orbit confirmed that that was the colonial fleet living on
Earth, the colonials will blend in as perfectly since they've abandoned all the technology that would give them away, and all the ships are destroyed.
So it's pretty safe to say that vengeful Cylons won't be a problem?
In theory, I suppose. Maybe they'll meet all the other unexplained roaming Cylons from the rebel base ships and the ones who nuked First Earth.
Which brings us to the last piece of business today.
Kara Thrace!
What was she? Not even Ron knows, so that makes her pretty much fair game for all of us to ponder.
She had imaginary characters of her own, Leoben in her dreams and her dad while she was awake. Were they also angels?
Now, we know angels can be a local phenomenon, like Angel 6 and Angel Baltar, that only appear to a few people, like they did to Tyrell and Tori, and later to Caprica 6 and Baltar.
Right. But angels can also be general phenomenon, like Shelley Godfrey back in season 1, who was seen by everyone.
And magically disappeared.
Exactly.
So Starbuck could have been an angel in her own resurrected form.
It begs the question, is there just one race of angels that serve the force of nature that doesn't like to be called God?
If so, it would have been great to see Kara with her fellow angels meddling around in New York City 150,000 years later.
True. But does this race of beings meddle in human affairs often? Are they the lords of Kobol in some form who are serving the one true God?
And if these angels are the lords of Kobol, and if Leoben was right when he said that she was an angel blazing with the light of God, then maybe Starbuck is literally Aurora in some cyclical way.
Maybe. These are the kind of questions that a lot of fans were hoping to get in some solid form. What the frack, Ron?
Maybe Ron is deking us out and is going to reveal something amazing about Daniel and Kara and God and the Lords of Kobol and the angels.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's it and Ron just doesn't want to tie it up the way we're used to.
Now, I'm going to run the risk of sounding like a simpleton who just wants to have a good story told to me, but I'm going to say I would have found the finale more satisfying with answers than opaque questions.
Definitely. So we've had a lot of questions about what we're doing with BSGcast next. Well, we have the Caprica pilot coming up very soon with the series in 2010, and that's why we've also got Capricast.com.
Plus, this fall we can expect the Cylon Perspective TV movie, The Plan, to rock our socks.
Definitely, but what we're most excited about is the second PropWorks Battlestar Galactica auction happening in early May in Pasadena.
Yeah, you know what? This January was just such a great party with so many fantastic Battlestar and BSGcast friends that we just can't wait to do it all again.
We've got a few screenings and performances.
Bear McCreary?
Oh, I don't know.
And of course, we've got Battlestar cast members coming to the auction that will make it one of the most exciting BSG events you can imagine.
You asked us. Don't worry, we'll be here.
And we'll be at yourgeeknews.com because, well, we're huge geeks. And with Star Trek, Wolverine,
Harry Potter, Transformers,
Terminator, and G.I. Joe all coming out this year.
We're going to be busy bringing you advanced scenes and exclusive interviews from the movies you can't wait to see either.
So, thanks for riding the Grey Lady all the way home with us. It's been a hell of a thing.
Now, I guess it's time to go watch the miniseries again. Bye.
Bye.